You are listening to Productivity Straight Talk with your host, Amber De La Garza. Amber is a sought-after productivity coach, trainer, speaker, and writer who gives entrepreneurs the straight talk on personal productivity. No BS, fluff, or overused jargon. Just actionable strategies to get results and succeed in business. And here is your host, Amber De La Garza, the Productivity Specialist.
Welcome, and thank you for listening to Productivity Straight Talk. Today is episode 290, the 4 Ds of prioritizing your tasks and projects. If you're a business owner who wants to learn effective business strategies, improve time management, and elevate productivity to maximize profits, reduce stress, and make time for what matters most, then you're in the right place, and I'm so glad you've joined me. Today, we're going to dive into a simple method to make your task list more manageable and prioritize tasks and projects on it so you can stay focused on the activities that will help you achieve your goals. If you want further help with achieving your goals and you want to take what you're here learning at Productivity Straight Talk deeper and have customized coaching, accountability, and training, then we should talk. If you find yourself as a business owner that is overwhelmed and a bit frustrated, and you know that you could change that by learning how to manage your time, create more efficiency in your business, perhaps make a new hire, or just lead the team that you have, I would love to coach you in helping you reduce stress and overwhelm of running your business and help make those strategic decisions that will help you level up your business and take it to the next level. I invite you to schedule a discovery call so that we can discuss partnering together to help you get unstuck, reduce stress, and determine a clear path to increase profits. Head on over to amberdelagarza.com/call to schedule. And now let's get to the straight talk. I'm sharing with you a simple way to not only prioritize your tasks, but to also help you reduce the number of tasks on your list and stay focused longer. This method is called the 4 Ds. You will learn to use the 4 Ds to filter the tasks on your list, as well as new ones that come up throughout the day. But before discussing the 4 Ds, let's discuss why there's even a need for this method to manage your tasks and projects. Well, to be frank, not all tasks and projects are created equal. Not everything you have on your task list is urgent, a priority, or helpful in growing your business. Likewise, not every task or project is something that you can just procrastinate on and leave on the back burner. Do that with certain projects, and you'd be putting out fires all day, every day in your business. I'm sure that's not news to you, but knowing all tasks and projects are not created equal and making the decision on how to invest your time and attention are 2 very different things. What if I told you it was as easy as using a filter on every task? A filter, i.e. questions that can help you prioritize what you really need to be focusing on. I get this question a lot. What should I be focusing on? How do I know where to put my time and energy? And I'm going to tell you it boils down to 3 questions. The reason this method is so helpful is because most people just add tasks to their task list, or worse, just do the task without ever evaluating their priority, let alone consider if it's even necessary to do them in the first place. Now, this is done for many reasons, but here are a few, and you can let me know if any of these sound familiar. You might have thoughts or real beliefs like, if I don't do it now, I'll forget about it. If I don't do it now, I don't know when I'll have a chance to get to it. Or everything is important to you and everything is a priority. You may tend to react to what is right in front of you, i.e. an email, a phone call, a team member in your office, or a client that needs something. Choosing what is right in front of you is not often coming from a place of clarity on your priorities. Or an idea sounds fun and good and exciting, and so why not do it now? Or perhaps it feels good or productive when you are staying busy. Now that we've touched on just a few reasons why business owners put everything on their task list or don't have a task list and just react to what's in front of them, I want to share with you what the 4 Ds actually are. So the 4 Ds of prioritizing tasks and projects are: number 1, delete. These are tasks and projects that are not necessary and can be eliminated. We're going to go into more detail and examples, but I just want to give you a brief overview. Next, delegate. These are the tasks and projects that need to be done, but you don't need to be the one doing them. Delegating helps you reclaim time, money, and energy for your unique high-value activities that generate revenue or grow the business, in other words. Next, number 3, defer. These are the tasks and projects that do not need to be done right now. They can be done sometime in the future. And lastly, the 4th D is do. These are the tasks and projects that need to be done right now, i.e. today or tomorrow. So now that you know what the 4 Ds are, how do you apply the 4 Ds method to an overwhelming task list? Let's walk through the questions to ask yourself, and note that you should always ask yourself the questions in this particular order. So this first example is that you're going through your master task list as it is now. And you would go through each and every task on your task list and ask these 4 questions. Is this task or project necessary? If no, eliminate it. Now, this is going to take you being really honest with yourself because you're the only one that can answer it. But if it's a no, then simply delete it. This is the most liberating of all 4 of these Ds, is that you can give yourself the permission to not do it. You need to eliminate responsibilities to clear the way for new ones that will grow your business. These tasks do not move you closer to achieving your goals. There is no negative consequences to not doing such tasks. Believe me when I say, not every idea or task needs to actually be done. You know that because you have had plenty of tasks or projects that for whatever reason did not get completed, and drum roll, nothing bad happened to you or your business. However, keeping those tasks and projects on your task list have a negative side effect. They clutter your task list with unnecessary tasks and projects so that it's harder for you to identify the tasks that you actually need to focus on. It can also contribute to the feeling of overwhelm, too much to do, or guilt of having that task or project roll over day after day, week after week, month after month, or quarter after quarter. Deleting tasks and projects is okay. If you ask, is this task or project necessary? And the answer is yes, then you're going to ask the second question. Am I the person who should be doing this task or project? If the answer is no, delegate it. Even if you're a solopreneur, a party of one in your business, and you have no one to delegate to, you still need to ask yourself this question and answer yourself honestly. It's essential. If you've got a team and the answer is no, delegate it to a qualified person on your team. If you're a one-person show and the answer is no, or you have a team but not a qualified person who is able to complete the task, this task and others like it should be a clue into the fact that you're ready to hire and what that position should be for hiring. You clearly need support. But oftentimes, because we don't have support or the right support, we default to the fact that we need to do it. And we're not actually seeing clearly in our business the fact that a decision needs to be made about hiring. So if you find that to be the case, we have a great episode for you to go back and listen to. You can take a listen to episode 247, Identifying Your Next Hire, to help you get the support you need in your business. Okay, so if you ask, are you the person who should be doing this task or project? And the answer is yes, then you go to question number 3. And question number 3 is, does it need to be done now? No? Add a due date to the task for either A, when you want to work on the task or project, or B, when you want to revisit the task or project so that you can determine when you want to work on it based off your current priorities at the time. You might even discover such low priority tasks and projects might not even need to be done anymore. When you set the date into the future and you reevaluate with these 4 questions, you might find that it's a delete. But using a due date allows you to know that your system, you're not going to forget about it, and you will see it again on your to-do list. Now, if you answer doesn't need to be done now, and the answer is yes, then I want you to add it to your task and projects list of today's list, right? And then you get to number 4, which is do it. There's no question on do it. It's the result of the first 3 filters. And so if a task is urgent and needs to be done now, don't procrastinate on it. Don't put it off on the back burner. Don't give it a chance to fall through the cracks. Do as Nike says and just do it. Now that you have cleaned up your master task list using the 4Ds method, I'm going to share with you how to use the 4Ds method to determine what your real priorities are for any given day, taking into consideration that new tasks and projects are coming in at a rapid pace every single day. And so if you're not cleaning up a backlog of a master task list, then how do you use the 4Ds as the tasks are coming in so that you know where to put them on either today's list, you're delegating it, putting it out for the future, or simply deleting it before it ever gets on your task list? Let's jump into that. As new tasks and projects come in, don't just default to spending your time and energy on doing them. Instead, filter new tasks and projects through the 4Ds method to see if you should delete, delegate, or defer them instead. The task comes in and you ask yourself, is this task or project necessary? No more by default, everything gets added to the task list. If the answer is no, forget about it, delete it. But if the answer is yes, then ask, are you the person that should be doing this task or project? If the answer is no, then delegate it to a qualified person on your team. Or if you don't have one, consider making a new hire to complete such necessary tasks that you should not be doing yourself. However, if you are the person that should be doing it, then you're going to ask, does this need to be done now? And if the answer is no, then you will put it on your to-do list for a date in the future. If the answer is yes, then it goes on today's task and project list. And then I want you to do it. Can you see that this is a different way of approaching your tasks? If you're someone that as tasks come in through your email, a phone call, a text message, somebody walks by your desk, you have a thought, an idea that crosses your mind, and you just go into go mode, how that can create chaos, overwhelm, and most certainly waste your most precious resources of time and energy on tasks and projects that are not of your highest value and that are not associated to moving your business and your goals forward. Over time, moving through these questions will become your default. It will be the way that you just process everything new that's coming into your day and your task list. You'll get in the habit of a rapid firing them off and answering them just as easily. In today's episode, it took me a little bit to go through each scenario. But because I use this method, I know that as it becomes a habit, you'll be able to move through these by default super, super fast. Quickly, just like this. Is this task or project necessary? Am I the person who should be doing this? Does it need to be done right now? That's it. The result? A much more manageable task list that clearly prioritizes the tasks and projects that require your focus now and will help you achieve your goals more quickly. Ask the questions, answer them honestly, and move on to the next. The 4Ds method I shared in today's episode, as well as episode 167, Conquer Your Day using the 5 daily planning pavers, and episode 238, From Task List to Action List, are all great episodes to help you prioritize, plan your day, and take action on your task list. I have loved having you listen to this episode of Productivity Straight Talk, and I sure hope you found today's episode to be insightful and valuable, but I need to be straight with you. No change, no change. Without taking action, nothing will change for you or your business. So the action that I'm asking you to take is to ask yourself 3 simple questions to use the 4Ds method. Does this need to be done? Does this need to be done by me? And does this need to be done now? That will filter you down to your actual to-do list for today or tomorrow if you're planning tomorrow's to-do list. This one simple strategy can be so impactful. Don't let simple be confused with not worth it, or simple being confused with how much of an impact could this actually make? I'm telling you that if you start filtering what actually needs to get done and those things that actually need to be done by you and the things that actually need to be done right now, you will have a much more manageable task list. If you like what you heard today or on any other episode of Productivity Straight Talk, I think you are a perfect fit for working together with me. I coach my clients to help them learn the strategies, habits, and behaviors to manage their time, make strategic business decisions, run an effective and efficient business, hire and lead their team, and ultimately run businesses that are more joyful, less stressful, and less overwhelming. If that sounds like something that you would like, then I think we should talk. Head on over to amberdelagarza.com/coaching to find out more about my coaching offerings and to schedule a call so that we can talk about what that might look like working together. Again, head on over to amberdelagarza.com/coaching. And if this is your first time listening to Productivity Straight Talk, I want to welcome you. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you liked today's episode, be sure you hit subscribe wherever you're listening to Productivity Straight Talk. And for those of you that have been around for a while, do not keep Productivity Straight Talk as a secret. Be sure to share this episode with a fellow friend, business owner. So that's my straight talk for today. Until next time, have a productive week.